Now, while India has extended the ongoing nationwide lockdown till May 3rd, let's also have a quick look at some of the nations which have extended the lockdown and where they currently stand. We begin with Italy, which is the worst affected nation in Europe. Nationwide lockdown measures were first enforced in Italy on March 12th. The lockdown was to end on April 3rd, but has since undergone two extensions. On March 31st, Prime Minister Conte extended the lockdown until at least April 12th. It has now been extended till May 3rd. After hitting the peak, the curve in Italy has begun to flatten a bit. The daily death toll has been going down while rate of new cases has also gone down. Now in France, as well as the lockdown has been extended twice. First, the lockdown was extended till April 15th. It was scheduled to end on March 31st, but France is now under lockdown until May 11th. In Spain, the government has extended the lockdown by 2 weeks, albeit with some relaxations. The daily death toll in Spain has been going down steadily over the past few days, indicating that lockdown measures have shown results. With the situation now easing out, some relaxations have been handed out as well. People engaged in certain services and activities like manufacturing and construction have been allowed to return to work. Strict safety guidelines have also been issued. Rest of the population is to remain at home till April 25th. Belgium has shown a steady rise in the number of cases. The government is in a desperate mode to contain the spread. The lockdown initially imposed till April 5th will now remain enforced until April 15th. The government has said the lockdown would be further extended until May 3rd in case the number of infections does not show a decline. Now, as the death toll in the United Kingdom has crossed the 10,000 mark, the government is considering an extension of the lockdown. The government is expected to announce an extension of lockdown until the end of May. Nearer home, Pakistan has announced a 2-week extension of the ongoing lockdown in the Punjab province of Pakistan, one of the hotspots. The lockdown has been extended till April 22nd. Pakistan has till now reported over 5,000 cases and close to 100 deaths. Now, as the COVID crisis spreads in West Asia, India's mission has been reaching out to its nationals in UAE and providing them psychological and food help. Speaking exclusively with diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal, the Indian ambassador to UAE, Pawan Kapoor, said that both UAE and India have offered to fly back the respective stranded nationals, but due to closure of Indian airspace, things are not really moving currently. UAE hosts over 3.3 million Indians, one of the largest concentration of Indians anywhere in the world.
UAE is reporting number of COVID cases. We know that Indians form a crucial component of the UAE's society, but now the cases are emerging in the Indian population as well. Number of deaths also being reported. I'm joined by the Indian envoy to UAE, Ambassador Pawan Kapoor. My first question to you is, sir, how is the Indian mission taking care of the Indians in UAE as the COVID crisis spreads in the country?
One of the things we've done here, apart from setting up the 24/7 helplines, both in Abu Dhabi and Dubai for the Indian citizens and Indian nationals here, is that we've been trying to provide food to all those who are needy, some of whom we've sent food provisions to, those who can cook. Otherwise, we've tried to send cooked meals to those bachelors in accommodation who are either cannot go out for some reason or are unable to afford food at this time. In addition, we've set up a telemedicine helpline whereby patients or suspected patients are being called by Indian doctors to advise them what to do before they are, taken to a quarantine facility or provided other treatment. We are also providing psychological help through phone lines to calm people who are a little concerned and panicking at the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. In addition to that, we are also continuing with a lot of work in terms of continuing to provide passport facilities, attestation services in these difficult times, and also carrying on with the unfortunate task of sending back mortal remains of people who are passing away at this unfortunate time. This is also complicated by the fact that our airspace is not really open, so we have to get special permission for these mortal remains to travel on cargo planes which are going into India. But we are working with our authorities in India and have been managing to help quite a few people with that. Finally, we are also trying to work with the UAE authorities on trying to improve and increase the isolation facilities available for our nationals.
So my second question to you is, how are the Indian authorities and the UAE authorities collaborating on the COVID crisis, especially when it comes to repatriation of Indians and the UAE citizens? Any plans being made out as of now?
Regarding the how we're working with the UAE authorities, one of the first things we have been dealing with is the cases of a large number of visitors from India who are here and UAE resident permit holders whose visas and entry permits have expired. And, they have been very concerned as to what's going to happen. And we have worked with the UAE authorities to assure them that these visas will be extended and mostly without any penalty charges. So that's one of the things the UAE authorities have been helpfully working with us. Another aspect which I've just mentioned was that we are now trying to work with the UAE authorities to create more isolation facilities, for our nationals, because the number of them of them getting infected is increasing, simply because they are a substantial portion of the population. And so as the number of cases of those being infected in this country go up, the number of those of the Indian nationals is also going up. We are, of course, the UAE authorities have offered to fly back and assist in flying back our nationals who are wanting to go back to India. We have offered to the UAE authorities to fly back their nationals who want to come back to the UAE. As of now, our airspace is still shut for passenger flights, but as and when it opens up, we will certainly work with the UAE authorities to get our nationals back to India in as safe and secure a manner as possible.